When the Bible says you are fearfully and wonderfully made, Psalm chapter 139 verse 14, it is moving past simple biology and into the realm of intentional craftsmanship. In the original Hebrew, the word for wonderfully is pala, which means to be set apart, distinguished, or marked as unique. It suggests that you aren't just a random result of nature, but a custom-designed masterpiece. Here's what that looks like in a biblical context. The preceding verse, Psalm chapter 139 verse 13 says, "For you created my inmost being, you knit me together in my mother's womb." The image of knitting implies a slow, deliberate, and intricate process. Just as you might carefully select yarn and a pattern for a project, the Bible suggests God chose your specific traits, temperament, and even your inmost being, your soul and personality, with a specific purpose in mind. Fearfully made in modern English. Fearful usually means being afraid. However, in the biblical context, it means with great reverence and awe. It implies that the human body and spirit are so complex and magnificent that they should inspire a sense of holy awe. When you look at the human body, from the way DNA encodes information to the way the heart beats without being told, is meant to point back to the skill of the Creator. To be wonderfully made means you are not a mistake. Your worth isn't based on your productivity, your age, or your health. It is based on the fact that a master artist put his signature on you. The Bible tells us God has a book where all your days were written before one of them came to be. Psalm chapter 139 verse 16, "You saw me before I was born. Every day of my life was recorded in your book. Every moment was laid out before a single day had passed." Being wonderfully made means you were designed with a specific time and place in history to occupy. In Genesis, it says humans are made in the image of God. Being wonderfully made means you possess a likeness to the Creator. This is why humans have the capacity for creativity, justice, love, and complex songwriting. These are echoes of the one who designed you. This concept is a major defense against being deceived by the world's standards. The world might tell you that your value is tied to your bank account or your status. The biblical context of being wonderfully made tells you that your value was settled the moment you were knit together. It's an objective truth that doesn't change based on how you feel or what the news says. Does this mean that our bodies should be perfect as they are knit by a perfect God? This is one of the most profound and difficult questions in theology and philosophy. It touches on the problem of pain, how a Creator who wonderfully makes us allows for physical or mental brokenness. In a biblical context, birth defects are generally explained through three different layers of understanding. The primary biblical explanation is that we currently live in a world that is out of tune. The Bible teaches that when humanity turned away from God, it didn't just affect our spirits, it affected the physical creation. Romans chapter 8 verse 22 says, "We know that the whole creation has been groaning as in the pains of childbirth right up to the present time." Birth defects, diseases, and aging are symptoms of a world that is under the curse of decay. It isn't that God designed the defect, but that the knitting process is now happening in a broken environment where biological errors occur. One of the most important corrections Jesus made was regarding the deception that disability is a punishment for sin, John chapter 9 verses 1 to 3. When Jesus saw a man blind from birth, his disciples asked, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" Jesus replied, "Neither this man nor his parents sinned, but this happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him." This removes the guilt factor. A birth defect is not a judgment on the parents or the child. It is a physical reality of a broken world that God intends to use for a greater purpose. The Bible never presents birth defects as the final word, the promise of restoration that one day all things will be made new. Isaiah chapter 35 verses 5 to 6 prophesies a time when the eyes of the blind will be open and the ears of the deaf unstopped. Then will the lame leap like a deer. Allow this to be a reminder that you were created, that you have purpose no matter your physical condition, and that one day we will be healed. We are promised eternal bodies with no defects, no decay. I don't know about you, I can't wait.